Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and welcome to my PokeMMO Halloween event 2022 Hoenn Wisps location guide. I know that's a mouthful. But let's go ahead and get into it. If you don't know, Wisps are essentially these collectible little purple flames, and you collect 27 in each region, and then throughout that collection process, you are awarded with hidden ability Pokemon. So in Unova, you get hidden ability Litwick and Lampet, and then eventually at the end, you get an alpha Pokemon reward. So in Unova, you get alpha Chandelure. In Kanto, you get alpha Gengar. And then here in Hoenn, you're going to get an alpha Dusknoir at the very end. These are pretty cool exclusive alpha Pokemon that might only be released during this event, so it's a good idea to pick them up now, and Wisps are a huge pain, so I hope this video guide adds a nice visual representation and helps you guys out. I also recommend bringing a bunch of HM friend Pokemon, especially here in Hoenn. You're going to need things like Dive and other like random specific HM, so just try to have as many on you as possible. And then also pack a ton of repels. They will help you out a ton during all this trekking through various locations. And then finally, I recommend bringing a Soak False Swipe Spore Pokemon. This is going to help you catch all of those ghost type alphas or hidden ability Pokemon that we encounter along the way. Alright, I think that's all the pretense needed. Let's go ahead and get into the location hunting. And if the video helps you out enough to warrant it, liking the video and subscribing to my channel is a fantastic way to let me know. Alright, but the first Wisp in Hoenn is located here on Route 102. It's right to the west of Oldale Town. Super easy. You just run around, loop around, and get up to this little corner. Super easy. That's location on the map. When you collect a Wisp, it looks like this. You essentially just interact it with your Z key. It'll say 26 Wisps remaining. Alright, the next Wisp is on Route 104, but if you come to Route 104, you'll notice that it's over this ledge. So you actually have to go ahead and come over here and run through Petalburg Woods and head over to the east, and you'll come out through this door. So let's go ahead and show you guys that path. Alright, so starting in Petalburg Woods, I'm going to go ahead and pop a Repel, which I heavily recommend everyone doing. There's also a Wisp in Petalburg Woods we can just grab really quick while here, but you just come to that east part, very shallow into the forest, and we can come over here, grab this Wisp, and then go back into Petalburg Woods and grab the one in there as well. Now to get this Wisp, you do have to kind of go all the way around and cut the tree downward, so let's go ahead and do that. Go all the way around, following the path. I believe you might have to go, yeah, like all the way around. I think the best way to get this one is technically from Rustboro, but since we're literally already in the forest, and I've already popped a Repel, it's not really going to cost me anything to just run around like this and like so. If you keep heading on that path, you should be able to come down to it, hop over this fence. It's over here to the west of this mossy rock. Alright, here it is to the southwest of this mossy rock. Let's go grab it really quick. I believe this will be, what, 24 Wisps remaining. Alright, the next Wisp is on Route 105, which is in the water here to the southwest of Petalburg City. So fly to Petalburg City, head west over to the ocean. I'm going to go ahead and surf into it, pop a max repel, and then show you guys the pathing over to the Wisp. It should be pretty simple. I assume you really just follow the path of the route, and it should be pretty difficult to miss. It says it's on a Reggie structure, so if you know where that's at, it'll be a little bit easier for you. Honestly, I'm kind of just playing it by ear, looking around, trying to find it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I assume. Alright, this Wisp was more difficult for me to find than I imagined, not gonna lie. So, the best way to describe it is you want to head down south until you reach this big orange type island on the left side here. If you reach 106, if it says 106 in the top left hand corner of the screen, that means you've gone too far. But go southwest until you reach this island, and then run across this island, head over to this next patch of water, and go north. There will be a separate sort of section of water blocked off by rocks that you can't reach without coming around like that, and then the Wisp will be right here. I believe this will leave us with 23 left. Okay, embarrassingly enough, this one took me a really long time to find. It really shouldn't be that hard, but thankfully I can save you guys some time now. So start in Slateport City, fly there, bike up here to the start of Bike Road, and then you want to head east onto this water. Find this little gap after these two old people that'll catch you and fight you. You want to head east, and then it's right here. This one took me a long time to find, so hopefully I can save you guys some time with this one. It's actually quite easy once you know where it's at, and there's our first hidden ability encounter. Alright, here's my Duskull catch. Wish me the best of luck. And once again, these soaked Pokemon really do help out a ton. So I definitely recommend bringing a soaked Pokemon. Bold Nature is actually decent enough. 31 speed, not super relevant, but hidden ability frisk Pokemon. Awesome. 22 Wisps left. Alright, so Wisp number 6 should be on Route 111, which is north of Mauville City. So just fly to Mauville City, head up towards the desert, and it should be up there towards the southern entrance of the desert. If I'm not mistaken, you're going to need Rock Smash, obviously, to get through here. Once again, just bring as many HMs as possible to be comfortable during these types of treks. Alright, essentially once you're in the desert, you just want to head east a little bit and then come as south as you possibly can. And then just come all the way south and you'll reach the Wisp down here. Just run through, there's a lot of trainers you might have to battle or rebattle or whatever. Just come all the way south. Once you go a little east, you can literally see the entrance of the desert right over here. So just go a little east and then as south far as possible. Alright, the next one is on Route 113, so I'm going to fly to Falabar Town, and it should be pretty close by, hopefully. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm assuming it's just to the east of it, somewhere over here. Alright, this should be a pretty easy Wisp. Just stay to the northeastern part of this sort of path, and then eventually you'll get over to a part where you hop over the wall right here. You'll see a couple trainers here. You might have to battle them, but if you sneak down here, a little bit southern, you'll be able to dodge them maybe. And you want to head through this tree path. That doesn't even look like it's a path, but you head through that tree path, head up to the Wisp, and it's right there on Route 113. 20 Wisps remaining. Alright, the next Wisps should be number 8, and it should be left of Falabar Town, and it should be up a waterfall. So make sure you come to Falabar Town, make sure you bring the HM waterfall, and it looks like it might just be right over here, pretty close to the actual city itself. So yep, this is a super easy one. Just have waterfall, come right here to this top eastern corner. It'll be right there, 19 left. Alright, the next Wisp is going to be on Route 115, which you actually can't get from just following that location south, unless you want to go through a really deep and windy cave. So, in my opinion, just go ahead and fly over to Rustboro City. It's probably your best bet. Head north. We're going to head over to the water area over here. We're going to surf, pop a rappel, stick to the west coast of the water, and we're looking for some stairs over here on this west coast side. And if you stick to that path, you'll find these stairs over here to a little bit eastern side of that western path. You want to head up the pathing that it shows you, and you can see the Wisp right there on screen. I assume you want to come around and just go up those stairs and come over and collect the Wisp. I believe that's 18 remaining. Alright, now you want to fly over to Verdanturf Town, and we're going to be heading into this tunnel over here on Route 116. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Should be pretty easy to find, I assume. Go ahead and pop a rappel. I don't know if it'll be towards this northern path or towards that more southern path. Yeah, it looks like it's in that little corridor down there. So don't follow me directly until you see the path. There we go. Should be over here, I assume, over on Route 116. Yep, there it is, right there. Not too shabby. So just go in that little cave, go directly southwest, and then go follow that path and then head up these stairs, and you'll find it right there on that eastern little perch. Also get a nice Duskull hidden ability encounter here. Pretty nice stat. Special attack isn't super relevant on this Pokemon, but I mean really fantastic. 30 plus, a couple 30s there, a couple 25 plus. It also leaves us with 17 Wisps left. Okay, now this is a super interesting one. This is actually one of the easiest ones to get to, but it's one of the hardest to see. So just start in Verdanturf Town, head over here to the east, go south through this flower bed, and then do you see it yet on screen? It's right here, over to the southwestern corner. Collect it. Pretty easy encounter, putting us at 16 left. Alright, next we have to head to the Weather Institute, which is a bit of a trek, so let's start here in Fortree City. We're going to come down this path. We're going to make it down to the water, and then we are going to surf and go up this waterfall. Let's go ahead and do this. Pop a rappel. Keep heading north up this waterfall. Looks like it's right over there. But once you're up the waterfall, you can ignore that. You don't actually need to get to the institute itself. This is going to be one of the more complicated ones because you also need the acro bike. So make sure you have the acro bike. If you don't, go pick it up from the bike shop in Hoenn. And if you do have the acro bike, you can hold your B key, whatever that is assigned to. Mine is X. I think that's the default. You then hop across these platforms here, come over to this top one, also hop across here, and then there is the Wisp. 15 left after collecting that one. Alright, the next one is on Route 123. You're going to want to start in Lily Cove, head over to where the Hoenn Safari Zone is, and then keep heading west, cut down a tree that will be right there, head south, and then surf on this water. Now, once you're on the water, you want to surf around this big island, and then once you're around, you'll reach a more direct path, and we'll follow it on from there, so go straight south. And then from here, you want to head west. And I think this is a good time to preface how annoying this Wisp is. You don't want to make the same mistake that I did. I actually had to come all the way back around, and this one is super far from a PC. So essentially, you want to keep heading west, but you want to keep sticking to this northwestern pattern, because if you're too south, you'll essentially hop over a fence that or a ledge that you can't get back from, and then you can no longer get the Wisp, and it's really sad and annoying. So stick to this northwestern part of this western path and to this ledge, and eventually you'll reach this water pond, and that's a good thing. That means you're almost there. Don't accidentally hop over this ledge, and the Wisp is right here. There also just so happens to be a vampire kid at this spawn at this current time. 14 Wisp remaining. Alright, this is Wisp 14. Wisp 14 sucked. Now let me show you how to get here. We're going to go ahead and start in Lily Cove City. Then we're going to head northeast over to the water location. So we're going to bike from here, head northeast, come over here, come down the ledges, stay on this path, head over to that ladder, turn on the staircase, head up northeast again, surf on this water, pop a huge rappel as it's super needed here. Come over here. That's a dive spot. So that's dive spot number 1. You want to come over to dive spot number 2. It's pretty much the first one. You can barely see the first one, quote unquote. Dive down there. Make sure you have the dive HM and then head south. Just head south, 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 south continuously until you reach this bottom part. This was super annoying to find, so I really hope I can save you guys some time. That's the point of these guides after all. And then you come up, resurface at that most southern part, and there is the wisp right there. Should be pretty easy for you guys, hopefully. 13 left. Alright, thankfully this next wisp shouldn't be too bad. We're heading over to the abandoned ship. This is number 15. We're here on route 107. We're going to head over to route 108, I believe. We should be looking for an abandoned ship in this northern, I think it's the most northern part of this surfing path. It should be pretty easy to find / get to. Yep, here we go. Should be somewhere inside here in the abandoned ship. Looks like it's right there. You can actually see it on the map there. Let's try to find the way to get there. Okay, once you're inside the abandoned ship, the path to the wisp isn't too bad, but there are going to be a lot of trainers you might want to avoid. So just keep track of my screen if you haven't battled through these guys to figure out what you might want to avoid. You want to head up that staircase, go around it, head up the next staircase. Go a little too fast. Sorry about that. Head down here, and there'll be a white door path out here, and then you can access the staircase and go right up and go to the wisp. Looks like this wisp will also be a Duskull encounter, which is nice. Here's my Duskull catch if you care for that. Timid nature, 2 times 31, unfortunately in attack and special attack, but still really solid stats overall. Can't complain with hidden ability. That's going to leave us with 12 wisps remaining. Alright, some of these wisps have been really tough, so let's go ahead and do an easy one. Nice here in Lava Ridge Town. You literally just want to head into the PC. There'll be this back door to the spa / sauna type area. You could come around, join the old people in their nice little sauna, and then pick up this wisp. Pretty simple, 11 wisps left. Unfortunately, time for another decently difficult one. Starting here in Lava Ridge Town, we're going to be going up to the top of Mount Chimney, where you collect the ruby during the storyline. So let's go ahead and start our path. You are going to need the acro bike for this once again to be able to bounce alongside these rock paths, which makes it pretty easy, to be fair. Decently not terrible pathing. But do not head into this cave like you just saw me do. You want to ignore that. Don't go into the magma hideout. Just go to the very top of Mount Chimney. So we're going to continue on this path. Keep bouncing up these rocks with the beautiful acro bike, and it should eventually lead us up to the top of this mountain. If we keep heading north, 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 we'll keep going up all the ladders, all the stairs. Shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. And then once you reach this most northern part and see this old lady, head west just a little and then keep going north, and you'll run into this sort of area where you found that red ruby crystal, and then you can go ahead and pick up the wisp that is right there, leaving us with 10 left. Alright, for wisp number 18, we want to start in Moss Deep City, head to the southeast part, pop a huge rappel as you're going to need it. We're going to keep going southeast, southeast, southeast in the water until we see an island with a fighter, 2 hideouts, and then we want to dive north. Now make sure you don't go too far south. You actually want to stick to the eastern wall like over here, and you'll end up reaching this little alcove that you can go inside of, and you'll see the fighter. So I assume that means you want to dive right here and head north. Hopefully this works. It looks like the northern dive is right here, so it's not very far from the southern dive. So hopefully the wisp is right up here. Yes, perfect. Love to see it. Not gonna lie, following these text guides are absolutely awful. So I'm really hoping that figuring these out via visual and video guides help you guys. I know I keep saying that, but the text guides are terrible. There we go. That leaves us with 9 wisps left. Alright, now wisp number 19 is actually a location that I'm decently familiar with. It is north in Meteor Falls. It's where actually Alpha Crobats spawn. So if you're familiar with the initial launch of Alpha Swarms, there was a lot of hype surrounding Alpha Crobat since it was literally the first Alpha to spawn. So this is a really easy one. Just go to Meteor Falls if you're not familiar. Start up there in Fallowbar Town and just essentially just follow this path until you reach this cave. It's a pretty straightforward path. Now once you're inside the cave, things are going to get a little more complicated. You want to head west over to this water patch, and then you are going to need surf and waterfall to be able to get up to this top side of the cave and location. You can actually see the wisp right there, so let's go ahead and head in here. It's the only place we can go. There should be a ladder up here. Go ahead and head down this ladder first things first. There should be a ladder to the northwest, I believe. Southwest, southwest. Don't go up to this ladder to the northwest, southwest. I must repeat, go down to the southwest ladder. This is the same mistake that I made during my Alpha Crobat video. So just go straight to this ladder. It's pretty easy to see, pretty easy to get to. There's the Wisp. 8 left. We're almost there. You guys are doing great. All right, Wisp number 20 is going to be at the top of Mount Pyre. So you want to actually start in Lily Cove City, head northwest over to the Safari Zone, the Hoenn Safari Zone, head down to this water path that we've been at before, head over to this cave entrance, go inside of Mount Pyre, and then want to get to the very top of it as fast as possible. Make sure you pop repels. And don't stay on the inside of Mount Pyre. You want to head over to this red carpet and come outside to actually make your way up the mountain. And it's pretty easy to make your way up the mountain for most of it, since there's really only one way you can go. But once you reach this smoky area, there are a couple options. Head towards this middle staircase, and then once you get up this staircase, head up here, and then go west through this little corridor, and the Wisp will be right here, hidden away to the southwestern part of this. Go ahead and absorb it. We have a little encounter here. This should be a Dusclops. Nice to see. Alright, here's the catch. Not too bad as long as you have that Soak Pokemon. 3 times 31. Pretty fantastic stats. Wow. Even actually packing a low speed stat and Brave Nature. This is actually super usable. Brave Nature is not the best, but this could be some sort of Trick Room setter. I probably want to evolve it into a Dusknoir though if I want to rock that Brave Nature, since he actually has a super decent base attack of 100. But anyways, moving on from that, 7 Wisps remaining. Alright, for Wisp number 21, we're going to need a couple things. We're going to have to go to Dewford Town and then go up to this northwestern part to enter Granite Cave. We're also going to need Mach Bike. We're going to go up to the second staircase, and you need the Flash HM, or at least I recommend the Flash HM. Once again, I think I need to preface this since I made this mistake. You need the Mach Bike, not the Acro Bike. We've been using the Acro Bike for this entire video so far, but let's go ahead and head over to Mauville City now, go into the bike shop, and grab ourselves a Mach Bike. So it's really important to do this because otherwise you'll just bumble around in the cave like an idiot. Now I want to head back over to Dewford and redo this. Alright, so pop into the cave with your newly acquired Mach Bike. It should be blue up in that corner like that. I'm going to pop a repel. It should be pretty easy from here. You probably don't need flash if you're following alongside me. Let's go ahead and pop our flash though to give you guys a better visual. I'm going to go through that first ladder that's possible, and then there should be a little slope here that we want to be able to ride up. Now that we have the Mach Bike, we are fast enough. You'll know if you have the wrong bike because you'll just keep following down that slope over and over again. You'll never be able to make it up. Let's also go ahead and speed across these platforms here. Head down this first ladder. You don't need to go across here. There is a rare candy in a location over there across ladder, so if you want to grab that really quick, you can, but then come back to this middle location type ladder, come through here. And if you just head slightly east, the Wisp will be right here. All right, kind of a tough one, but we're in the home stretch. Only 6 Wisps remaining. Alright, Wisp number 22 should be a decently easy one. I'm going to start here in Fortree City, head across to the most eastern part. We're going to head over to Route 20, which is just across Fortree City, essentially. We're heading over to the spot where I believe people farm Mudkip and such. It's right down here. There is a certain cave down here called the Scorched Slab. Come down here, surf on the water, surf down to this part, and then make your way inside of the cave. This should be the Scorched Slab. It should be right here. A pretty easy one, thankfully. A nice little rest. 5 Wisps remaining. Alright, this should be Wisp number 23. This one sucks. Alright, to get to Wisp number 23, we're going to be starting right where we just were above that Mudkip farming location, and then we're going to keep following the loop-de-loop and head fully east, and then come south over to this bridge. You then want to head west across this bridge, and then we have a lot further to go. Don't you worry. We're going to head southeast through this sort of like swampy marsh type pattern, and then head south over to this grass, head south through this grass. Watch out for some invisible Kecleons in here. Keep heading south through all of this. There's currently a Spinnerack swarm, funnily enough, during the recording of this. Hop over this ledge to the east, come down here, head west across this bridge, head south again, keep heading south, head over to this ladder. Don't go down that ladder, head over down to this ladder to the southwest, head up north now. There'll be a trainer right here, head through this grass towards the north, head up here, head to the west, dodge that trainer. Don't need to repel here, I don't believe, and here it is. The Wisp is right here. A bit of a trek, but you know what? Is it worth it? I don't know. But that does leave us with 4 Wisps remaining, which is incredible. Alright, now the good thing is we're almost done, and I'm also saving the easiest one for last. The bad thing is this one's going to suck. We're going to start here in Pacific Town, and then we're going to follow all the way over to Route 134, and we're going to be going through the bottom currents. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a max repel and get started. So I'm just going to head all the way south before I even start this, just to make sure that I follow all the bottom currents as best as I possibly can. Going to get thrown into this trainer, that's okay. Alright, after defeating that NPC, which had 5 Gyarados and 1 Magikarp, I'm just going to stick to this bottom current as best as I possibly can, like in the text guide. And dodge this trainer, yep. Oh, just kidding. Alright, but this spot is actually super important, and I know this definitely because I didn't make this mistake, and I definitely didn't have to come all the way back here because I made a stupid mistake. Head all the way south before you go on this next water current. If you're a little north, like up here, you'll get ripped up to the north part of the current, and it sucks. Wastes a lot of time, so you can see, yeah, you can see that'll drag you up. So you want to be as south as possible right there, so you're able to actually control your actions once again and make your way through the currents. Alright, but once again, I'm just going to go ahead and stick as south as I possibly can. It looks like I might actually, just kidding, I want to head to the middle here just so I'm able to get on this land and really control my actions. And then I should be able to adjust from there, it looks like. So let's go over here, and then I'm going to come as south as possible here. Come down here. Hopefully I see the Wisp soon. This is going to take me up a little bit, take me over to this water island. Alright, now listen very closely because you don't want to make the same mistake that I did. Don't go to the most southern part here. You want to go to the middle on this water island. I recommend going either 3 spaces down from the top, so 1, 2, 3, or 3 spaces up from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3. These should both work. I'm going to go ahead and surf across here. And there we go. The lack of detail in the text guide for this is appalling. So hopefully this can prevent you guys from making these mistakes. This was incredibly infuriating to get to, but there is this Wisp, leaving us with 3 remaining. Alright, next we're going to be heading to the entrance of Sky Pillar, which shouldn't be too bad. I hope. We're going to be starting in Pacific Town once again, heading towards this northeastern part. Pop your repels as needed. You want to go ahead and stick to this location and just keep heading northeast as much as you possibly can and get inside this sort of rock type maze. Yeah, reach this little path here and then come west and then come north and just weave your way inside of all these rocks and you'll reach the very start of Sky Pillar. It said it is near the entrance, so hopefully it's not too deep inside here. Let's go ahead and find this Wisp as quickly as possible. There it is. Honestly, not too bad of a Wisp. I'll take it. Only 2 left. It also does give us a Dusclops encounter. Alright, here's the Dusclops catch if you care about that. Another 2 times 31 HP and 30 special defense I'm also super happy with. Sassy nature is also fantastic, so YouTuber luck coming through. Only 2 Wisps remaining, thankfully. Now, you do actually need the Acro Bike again for this next Wisp, so unfortunately we're going to head back to Mauville City and change our bike really quick. Talk to this guy just like before and he'll switch your bike out really quick and easy, thankfully. Now we're going to head over to Lily Cove and go over to the Hoenn Safari Zone. Just head west from Lily Cove to get the Safari Zone. You should have been going there multiple times throughout this video anyway, so you should know how to get there by now, but you just head over here through a couple patches of grass, hopefully no encounters. And you keep heading west until you get to these double stairs, go up here and enter the Safari Zone. It's going to cost you a very steep 500 Pokeyen, of course. We're going to jump inside and we want to go up to a bouncing acro bike location. But I believe that is the most northwest part of the Safari Zone, so I'm going to go ahead and start here and just start heading as northwest as I possibly can. And here you go. We can actually see a hopping location here, so maybe this is where we need to go. Go ahead and check it out, and yep, this is exactly it. Not too far in the Safari Zone, so a pretty easy Wisp, thankfully. And now we have the easiest Wisp of all remaining. Now, the fastest way to get out of the Safari Zone is really just to run back to the entrance and just walk outside. If you want to take the safari trip to go ahead and catch some Pokemon as a celebratory notion, go for it. I, however, want to get this done as quickly as possible, and I'm going to go talk to this girl to go ahead and get out of here as quickly as possible. Yup, even though I have time left, I still want to leave. Thank you, thank you. We're going to be heading over to the southern part of Evergrande City next. Now, this is going to be the easiest one of all. It's the easiest location, so it's a great spot to have the alpha Pokemon register at. The last Wisp you collect is where the spawn is going to be for the alpha Pokemon, in this case, Alpha Dusknoir. We do this because if we fail this alpha Pokemon, it is okay. we are able to just come back and re-encounter it. So if you fail this encounter, don't worry, just go back to the PC, heal up, and go right back. You can see the Wisp is right here in this. It's pretty hard to see, but it's right there hidden by the flowers. Make sure you have a team ready for this. I'm going to go ahead and just lead with this Smeargle, I think, and just soak it. And actually, I'll probably bring in something to do some damage first. Let's go ahead and lead with my Dragonite. We'll do some damage to it. We're going to come over here, and we'll be able to get back to this really easily. So here you go. This is the last Wisp. And if you only care about that, this will be the end of the video for you. So I really hope this video was helpful. These Wisp guides are a pain in the ass. This one took a little over 3 hours to record, which is insane, not including the thumbnail, title, description, timestamps, etc., etc. So there's a lot more love and work that has to go into this video. So I do genuinely hope all of the effort is helpful, right? I hope it's helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it was, make sure to leave a like on the video. It helps me out a ton, and subscribing to the channel is a great way to show some love and support. I would love to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. My Discord is linked down below if you want to join a really cool community who just cares about this game. And if you also want to see candy callouts or other important information going on during this event, you can also go above and beyond and support the channel in a financial way if you really want to. It's never needed, but it is super appreciated and allows me to keep making this content every single day. So I appreciate it. Links are down below for that. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later if you don't care about this catch. And if you do, I'll see it with my Alpha Dusknoir. Alright, unlucky first encounter, attempt number 2, here we go. So far, the most frustrating thing about this encounter is that he has Leech Life, and Dusknoir has an extremely low base HP stat, and there is Leech Life, a very low HP stat in general, so even though his Leech Life, as you can see, only does like 28% damage to me, he just healed like 40%, sorry, 30% or so, 30% HP, by only doing 28%. So he was healing like 100% ratios, like crazy amounts of heal from this Leech Life just because he has a low base HP stat. So it's really, really frustrating to keep him low, especially keeping him locked down in a sleep. I'm probably, yeah, this is just going to heal him to full, and this is going to be a failed battle. I'm going to have to grab my catching Breloom for sure because this is really frustrating. Whew, alright, there we go. We finally got him. 7% HP, asleep. Took a couple Pokeballs, but we did go ahead and get him. Impish Nature is definitely not bad. 31% defense, 31 speed. I'll take it. You know what? I'm going to probably start hanging on to these alphas that I catch from these Wisps because, man, they are so difficult to catch. Like, if I sell them for 100k Pokeyen, who cares? I usually try to preserve my box space because my boxes are so full nowadays. But I'd rather just keep these because they are so unbelievably difficult to catch. Honestly, it's worth the story that they tell. But that's going to be it for this video. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And if your name is on here, I appreciate you even a little more. Thank you so much to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports the channel financially. It allows me to do what I do and just focus on making the best PokeMMO content possible. So thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Peace.